Hey, we here, man. The Husbands Podcast. Husbands Club. God damn. We are here. Spence, Grease, Blacks,
Yo.
SO.
Yes, sir.
What's up, fellas?
Chilling, man.
Hey, the band back together, right?
Right. Perfect attendance today.
Band back together.
What's been going on?
Oh man, same old man. You know, had to get cars situated last week, and then
I get it.
yeah. So then but yeah, it was cool, man. Shit, was at the football game last night. Got turned up last night, man. Vegas football got turned up. Playing against some kids. Arizona. We already up 21-0. Kid over there smacked that kid on the sideline. They parent get to tripping.
Oh, jeez.
Oh man, both sidelines clear out. I got him out here trying to play peacemaker. Hey, chill, relax.
Word.
Yeah, that's growth. Because back then I'd have went over there just firing on, but I was like, nah, just being peacemaker, man. That's the real growth. So
Right.
I was happy with myself this morning. I woke up because I wasn't so either because I wasn't fighting no.
Yeah, I get it. Shit, my wrist still fucked up.
See?
Being a peacemaker now, it's just, hey, y'all gotta go at it, man.
Yes. Let them go.
Y'all gotta go now, man. Shit, man, that shit fucked up, man.
Yo.
Shit. Lax, what's going on in your world?
Shit, man, just back in the gym. Body's starting to feel like it used to before the surgery, so about to jump back out there and
Okay.
get my shit. You know
All
what I mean?
right. That's so?
Good, man. Just had a couple of IOTAs come by the house yesterday. Had a little gathering.
Okay.
A little bit too much tequila. That's my familiar tequila I've been drinking, man. It's pretty smooth.
Hey.
Yeah.
So what do like Greek niggas do when they get drunk? Like y'all just got like step offs and shit?
Hell no. Nah, we was just sitting there just talking shit, just going over everything, and had some pizza, some alcohol, and then they wasn't there long. They left. And I'm an old nigga now, so 9 o'clock, everybody gotta go home.
Hey, what our conversations been like in the
Hey. About what?
about the Greek life? What I've been saying?
You been saying we're a gang, man. I can't even say that no more, man. I can't. I mean, for a black man to go to college and then have the fortitude to, pledge a fraternity and do all that whole thing to compare them to a gang, man, that's kind of disrespectful to a gang.
Hey, bro. Because what I'm saying is just y'all organization, how y'all be rolling. They be strolling. They be looking and battling. And I'm like, bro, y'all be sea walking. Y'all stroll to everything. They had like lovers and friends.
Yeah,
like,
I did see a lovers and friends stroll.
It was kind of weak, but I was like, man, y'all stroll to anything, bro.
That ain't me.
y'all trying. I said, man, but y'all a real gang, bro. When somebody throw y'all colors on, that ain't from. Look how y'all was acting with not y'all, but look how they did with Boosie.
Boosie, it wasn't even the colors; it was the letters. You could wear the colors, you just don't want. They don't want you wearing the letters. That's really the big thing.
But that's really
that's a game.
That's
bro.
like a real thing.
But you know that's a really like a brand. Like
it's a trademark brand. It's a trademark clause. You can get sued for that.
No. There's a whole brand. I don't think that got nothing to do with it.
Oh, the Kappa?
Yeah.
I know it's a Kappa brand, but that's different from Boosie had on the Kappa fraternity stuff. He ain't had a Kappa brand.
So
yeah.
So
he wasn't pretty enough.
Oh no, that's on them.
This is
where shimmy, I guess.
I'm trying to figure it out because if I just get up one day and just put on IOTA stuff,
it's gonna be some issues. We wear any org stuff. If you come across like some Qs or some alphas and you not part of that, they'll try to check you on that shit.
I know.
Ain't no try to, they will.
I know a dude who lied about being in the fraternity.
I know we got a whole page of like people that be perpetrating, like everybody that be perpetrating, they put it out and everything. There's one dude, he a fake Kappa. He got tattoos, everything. He got a brand. He is not a part of Kappa Alpha Psi.
So what do y'all do with the members that like don't have no rhythm? Where do y'all put them?
They be like me. We just stand and do other things. Everybody can't stroll. Just like gangbanging. Everybody ain't supposed to be built for infantry. You know what I'm saying? You got to have somebody in law enforcement. You got to have somebody do something. Everybody can't be out there popping and banging, just like the military. Somebody got to do the computers.
Hey, that's why I said that. That's why I said that gang, bro. I'm telling you,
everybody can't stroll. Somebody got to be the business managers, and
they press you for wearing their stuff. That's all gang stuff. You can't be no.
That's what Metro do. They gonna press you if you wear a Metro uniform and you ain't no cop.
Bro,
same with the military.
That's acting. That's a professional job now. I mean, being in an organization, anybody can be in an organization.
Well, you can put that on your resume. I can't put cripping on the resume.
It depends on what resume you
Right.
what resume you want, man? 'Cause, yeah,
You right. You right.
That's the funny part, man. Hey, but I always just try to
We just be joking.
we just be joking, man. Because
Yeah.
every time I see, I say, man, bro,
Yeah.
y'all kidding, bro.
Y'all said
Yeah,
tripping.
y'all said tripping out there because I just see them. They be battling, looking at each other. I'm like, hey,
Hey.
y'all in the game, brother.
Ain't in my ministry, man. I just,
Nah, hey, man.
So what's been going on in the husband life this past? Well, yeah, for you, 2 weeks.
Yeah, man. Well, first week of school, man. You know that was
Jesus. God bless everybody.
man.
Mhm.
Nah, it was actually cool, man, because you know, I got a senior this year, freshman, and then a seventh grader. So, you know, my son, he wanted to switch schools. So that was kind of cool because now we're closer to the crib. But you know, just seeing these kids grow, you know,
Yeah.
just start school. That was pretty much it, man. Just trying to get them. Now that they back in school, I kind of know my schedule. So like Monday, I'm back in the gym. Like Monday, because now I know what they schedule,
Yeah.
what it kind of look like now. So I'll be like, all right, now I can get back to, you know, doing my own
Yeah.
individual stuff. So
Got you. Okay. That's easy.
man, nothing, man. Just working, man. Just missing time with my wife. When I come home from work, she going to work, man.
Mm.
We can't go to Pound Town, man. Man. Did I try to get it in last night? I'm like, yeah, let's take a shower together. Next thing I know, I woke up this morning, man. Everything.
Yeah, that was my wife ass, man. Fucking around. I ain't fucking with her right now, man. She had attitude and shit last night. 'Cause, you know, like we were supposed to go out last night, right?
Yeah.
Because your birthday was Friday. We were supposed to go out last night. So I get up because we ain't got nothing to wear and shit. I get up early and shit. I'm like, hey, we supposed to be there at like 9:45, 10 o'clock, some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I wake her up at like 8. I'm like, babe, we getting up. Like, we ain't got nothing to wear. It's up to you. Turn around and go right back to sleep. So I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
Well, there go right there. What the fuck you want me to do now? So, man, I canceled this shit. Man, she wake up like 30 minutes later with attitude. How the fuck does that work?
Right.
So,
I think they just be wanting to find something to be mad about.
man. But yeah, man, fuck it.
Right.
hey. I don't have the answer, brother. That's what I'm trying to figure out, man. Because like, what do you do in that
There is no
situation?
answer. There is no answer. Just like,
You
what
just- Do you just wait? Like you just sit around and just wait? You know, like, hey, what are we doing? Well, at least you're learning now.
Sometimes you just gotta just.
Because that's what I do. I just sit around and wait. I'd be like, all right, you know what? Cool. I'm just gonna wait. I'll
See-
wait it out.
See, I'm that type. I used to be that type of person. But then she'll trip on me about that. Oh, you didn't say nothing.
Oh yeah.
Can't win for losing. Can't win for losing.
Oh, you ain't say nothing. You ain't say nothing. You didn't want to go anyways. It's like, fuck. What I'm do? Lose.
Yeah.
Yo.
Look,
Yeah.
we all know.
We all
You get a real candidate. Don't want to say nothing.
Look, man, look, we all know.
We all stumped
It is
like
what it
damn.
is, man. It's just a lose. Some situations just lose, man. It is what it is.
Pick your battles, man.
I ain't been doing, man. We ain't had nothing going on. Her birthday was Friday, mine tomorrow. Usually, we be kind of turned up, but last year we was real turned up. This year we kind of just, we went to go eat and shit like that.
Y'all birthdays that close together?
3 days apart, yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Damn.
No, it ain't dope.
Birthday and yeah. Us first. So if you don't give her a good gift, then
Man,
it's gonna be hell.
The backlash.
Yeah.
yeah. Look at me, I get cussed out the day
No.
before mine.
Damn, that mean y'all pockets hit. Back to school, birthdays.
Oh, my God.
Shit.
My sister, she tapped in, so she said that next time she sleep, she said to wake her up with that work and then get her dressed. So she'll just sleep, wake her up with the work.
Oh, man, it was
Shit, that's gonna make you more sleepy.
yeah, man.
They say 38.
Yeah, man. It's that,
Go
she in that
pound,
classic
go
phase.
pound
That
town.
shit,
And
Man.
yeah.
ain't built the same.
Ready to go night,
Man.
nigga.
Real shit, man.
She turned right around and went right to sleep. So I said, you know what? And I ain't gonna drag her out the house because if I drag her out the house and she's sleeping and she really don't want to go, then
She gonna have an attitude. Yup.
So it's like, see, we all go through this shit, man. It's the
Yeah.
same shit, man.
Yeah.
It's the same shit. Don't nothing change. But yeah, other than that, man, it's just been man, just maintaining, man, taking things a day at a time, man. Got a lot of shit going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
So just still, trying to be there and just watching her for the main part, watching the kids, man, just make sure they all right.
Right.
And that's really it, man. So I'm gonna chill tomorrow. I ain't gonna do too much, man.
I don't blame you.
I really ain't in the mood to do too much, man. Just give me.
Is tomorrow your Monday or?
Tomorrow's my birthday.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying what as far as your work life, your schedule.
Oh, tomorrow is my Saturday.
Oh, you outside.
Nah, man.
I hear you talking.
Tomorrow's my
I hear you
Saturday.
talking,
Nah, man, I gotta drop the kids off, man. I gotta pick the kids up. I gotta
But
do all that
look,
shit.
so she got to make up for going to sleep.
Man, she better make up. Man, I know what world I'm in. I know what world I'm in. I don't even.
That sounds of a great coach. Know your personnel.
Bingo.
Know
Bingo. Know your
personnel.
personnel. I ain't never, ever disappointed. Because I know what's up already.
Yeah. I guess that's a good way of looking at it, to change your expectations, man. Because once you change them, it do take a lot off the table.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to. Everybody's not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not perfect. You know what you're getting out of somebody. Now, when you try to add shit onto them, that's when it's like.
So, do you stop expecting things? Because I'm getting to a point too where I'm just accepting some. Like I have standards, and I'm just talking about when it comes, like, for example, my kids.
Mhm.
I don't expect them to get up and clean because it's dirty.
Yeah.
I don't expect them to do it no more. Will they do it? Hopefully they will. I'm at the point now, I just accept it and I go clean up. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm at that point.
Yeah.
My house dirty, I'm gonna go clean up. I'm not finna keep arguing with you no more. Cause that's kind of where, well, you know, when y'all get to that, that's where it's at with my, like, y'all old enough to see that there's trash on the floor.
Yeah.
But y'all always walk past. I'll literally leave it there for a couple, just to see what's going on.
So is there consequences for you getting up and going to do it?
Nah, I mean, because it's like you said, it get to that point. How many whoopings in vocal communication thrashings you gotta give a person till they want to just get up and go do it on their own?
Well, I just think now it's at the point where you got to start limiting access.
Yeah, I mean, restriction, and it's so cold. We try to do restriction too. Don't even because it's like restriction is harder on us than it is on the kids.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, if you take away, so say, for instance, Legend ain't doing what he's supposed to do. Well, we ain't no football, so if you don't practice this week, you don't play in the game, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just start stuff like that. Right. Is that not like feasible at this juncture?
But I don't think it ain't that severe for, like I said, because everything else is great. They great kids. They ain't be on the road. They don't get in fights at school. So it's just like at times they get lazy. They don't do their chores. They don't. It's just certain things. But then like I said, over time, I used to trip out. Like, man, and now I'm just like, hey, when you get out to your apartment or your own place, don't think you're just gonna become a clean person, because you ain't doing it now.
Practicing good habits.
Yeah, so you need to start practicing now. So like I said, my house, I want my house to look a certain way. Because just in case, my friends want to come over. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want y'all. I want to be comfortable when y'all come to my crib and not be like, damn, Grease, you got, I got kids, but still, I want my friends to be able to come over and chill. That's one of the things that I be trying to get my kids to understand. We got life too. We got friends like your uncles and aunties. Like, these are my best friends. So they still come over, but have my house clean. They're not gonna say nothing, but still, when I go to Elak's house, I go to SO house, it's clean. And I want, when they come to I want the same thing. You see what I'm saying? Like, so it's just kind of those,
I'm not even gonna say unfortunate, but the things I really had to beat into my kids, not physical.
Yeah.
But that shit sticks with you. You know what I mean? So like, there is their clean and then there's my clean, but it got to be my clean for anybody that comes to the house. You know what I mean? I don't play that shit at all. You know what I mean? Because that shit sticks with you.
Yeah.
And the last thing I would want anybody on my heart to be like, that nigga dirty.
Yeah.
That shit, boy, that shit would break my goddamn heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that shit sticks with you, man. But I guess on my end, expectations for them when it comes to that, I just expect to yell. If I yell, get your ass up, get my house clean. I know it's gonna get clean. And then I know if they get up and they do it on their own, they want something.
That's true. Yeah, we in the same boat.
So, and none of this shit is surprising to me. I guess now getting older, because I really don't put many expectations on anybody. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? But I guess as I get older, I find that people get upset when you don't place that many
Mm.
expectations on them, if that makes sense.
I get what you mean.
Like I guess it makes them feel like we don't need them, or we don't not necessarily need them, but we don't ask anything of them. Does that make sense?
You feel like you're not setting a standard if you don't ask them for something.
I don't know. I guess people feel like they gotta be? Some people gotta feel like some level of importance.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't place any expectations on them, are they?
I thought the best expectation is no expectation.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, but you got like I don't know because like you got to have some type of expectations. That's why I'm like it's crazy how when you just said, man, I'm at that point now. Like I don't expect nothing, you know, because like I said, it got to a point like within my marriage, you used to expect to get sex on your birthday, expect to get these things, and then now you be like, and then when it didn't happen, it was a level of, you know, frustration or disappointment because it didn't happen, you know, because you expected it to happen and it didn't happen. Now it's just like, hey man, let me just live life and you know, just have control of what I got, you know, just worry about what I got control of.
So by not having that expectation, is that like lowering like your standards?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just allowing a person to be who they are because because I look at it now like because I had got into it like saying, for example, with our friends, I would want so much better for our friends to a point where I would be frustrated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to communicate and get to them. I'm like, well, that person gonna be what they are. I can't get mad that they don't want to be successful or they're not trying to be whatever they want to be. It's the same thing. So now even with my son, like, do I expect him to get up and go work out in the morning? No, I expect you to get up and get on that video game until you show me different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, even with like my wife, it's like she has her goals. That's your goals. I can only help you achieve whatever you allow me to help you achieve. But as far as like expectations, I don't expect nothing. I just want you to be you. That's all I expect you to be. Is just be you.
But should there still be a standard though?
Like a bare minimum.
I mean, something.
Yeah.
I mean, you. I mean, we have standards as people. Like I said, that's cleaning up. Have my house cleaned up. You know, but I ain't gonna bash you because you don't want to keep your room clean or you don't want to do this because I'm just gonna clean up. You know, that's just how it is right now for me. You know, because I do have a standard based off of whatever it was, but I don't have no more expectations off of what people like show. Like, you know, hey, you got potential, go get your potential now. Because I that's just where I'm at now. You got to go get your results because I'm trying to get my results. So I'm just at the point where I'm looking in the mirror, being very accountable for Andre, and I'm like, well, I gotta go get my results. I can't expect you nothing out of you, and I ain't got what I'm trying to go get first. You know, like what I got on my goal sheet. You know, so like it's like I just expect people to be who they are. If you're gonna be, you see what I'm saying? Like, if you don't show up, cool. I'm not gonna get mad no more because if I expect you to show up, I know who's gonna show up. And if you don't show up, man, something probably happened. You see what I'm saying? It's cool. You know, because you know, people when you, I just feel like when you have them expectations, you get let down a lot. And like I said, for me, it's just like I don't know, like, you know, trusting in another human like that, like it just
Damn.
No, I mean it's just being real because it's not only that. It's just not that I've been let down by not only my wife, but you know, you have expectations for your parents and all type of stuff that you get let down from. Kids expect certain things from me that I can't give them.
Right.
So we're just like, nah, if you just accept life how it is, be you know, worry about what you got control of, then you can be cool. But I don't know the standard. I don't know. That's a hard question, man. Like that to answer. What's the standard?
I am not if the majority of if the majority of the relationship is for positive, I don't mind lowering my standards for the relationship to maintain.
Not lower your standard,
healthy.
but your expectation. There should be a difference. Because once you start lowering your standard, you actually changing your behavior, not their behavior, because you want their behavior to change.
Say if you like somebody, like I always had a life of my own, right? But when you like somebody and say y'all eat and you do the dishes immediately, some shit like that, right?
Mhm.
Now you get with somebody and everything is perfect, but when y'all eat, she doesn't wash the dishes immediately. Are you going to break things off because you have a higher standard than what she's putting out there? Or are you able to lower or say compromise because she's not doing it immediately?
So who was doing it immediately, you or her?
I was, but it's a partnership shit. I'm just saying, if it's some
so
shit
the standard was you doing it.
yeah, but if it's some shit that okay, I get what
Like,
you're saying.
and so
But
now
if
you're
it's some shit-
projecting what you would do onto her,
I
which is
would.
not fair.
I am doing that.
That's not fair.
Yeah, you're right.
So we got to stop putting people in situations and positions to hold a certain expectations in our life, because a lot of times they're not equipped to carry out the task because of either lack of information or lack of experience.
But once we get together, though, this becomes a partnership, right?
Right, but you still haven't taught her or showed her what your standard is. We just living life together, and life is supposed
Okay,
to
well
be
we
good.
had your uncle on,
Yep.
right? And if they weren't on the same level as him, he was willing to break it off immediately, right? And I'm saying I am able to compromise or lower my standard a little bit to maintain a relationship with somebody that I really
Your
do like.
expectation, not your standard.
Either or.
Listen to me, bro. Listen to me. Because don't lower your standard. Lower your expectation if you have to, but never lower your standard.
What's the difference to you?
Because your standard is how you hold yourself. So whatever's an extension of you, that's what carry out. The expectation could be something as simple as a gesture. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So like, if you loan somebody some money and you know damn well they're not gonna pay you back, like,
Yeah.
am I gonna continue to press them every week about the little money? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
But,
so
but my standard, like for me, is if I borrowed the money, I'm gonna give the money back.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right.
You get what I'm saying? So
Well, I mean, either way, I don't
I don't know.
I don't
Like I
put
said,
any
it just-
expectations on anybody.
Yeah. How you feel about that, SO?
I-
Like, I mean, just expectations in humans. Like, it just that's just how I look at it.
I don't expect shit from me because I don't want to let nobody down. But I have a standard. So certain things I do is just based off of a standard. Like I have to be at a place at a certain time. If I say I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be there. So that's the
Right.
standard that I have.
Yeah,
So
right.
don't expect me to always show up at at the spot or whatever. But my standard is if I say I'm gonna be there on time.
Got
Right,
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's why I said with me,
Mhm.
with expectations with humans, like after you get to that point with people where you pour so much water into their cup, and then you kind of expect to get results.
Right.
They don't get.
Right.
So then at that point, like you said, I'm just gonna expect you to do what you've already done.
Correct.
What
Pattern behavior.
pattern of behavior,
Yeah.
habitual. It's telling me it's gonna happen.
Mhm.
So what is the intent of pouring in that cup?
Well, I mean, like I said, I'm a solutionary person. So if I see that you got a problem, I'm gonna try to help. But
Right.
then it gets to a point where
it takes away from you.
take away from me because
Right,
now
but before you do it, when I say intent, is sometimes we need to just remove ourselves when we start doing things for other people,
Amen.
because that's when we have the expectation.
Right.
So to eliminate the expectation is I'm just going to do it out the kindness of my heart. I don't give what
Yep.
the result is.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I mean, but I seen it that way too. But then I also seen that hey, I can go pour water into somebody else's cup that's listening, that want the
Mhm.
that want the results.
Right.
So like you said, I remove myself out of say that person, just conversation, communication, however it is, and
Mhm.
then
Yeah.
that I might be at the gym pouring into you.
Mhm.
Hey man, that's
Yeah.
how we here.
Yeah.
That's how we hear it. Because I every time I seen you at the gym, hey man, I'm talking to him, talking to you about views from the seven, just
Yeah.
giving him
Mhm.
ideas and stuff like that. And now we here with this podcast. You see what I'm saying? But it's about people like, when people give me advice, I try to listen
Mhm.
and go show the results from like, cause I respect you taking your time to talk to me,
Yeah.
to give me a solution. So I want to try to go produce results so you can be like, cool.
Yeah.
We talk about the deposits,
Mhm.
help my marriage. I wasn't just listening on the phone to you. Like, I respect what you're telling me and applied that to my marriage. You know what I'm saying? And that's what helped me even when I was mad at my wife, just do stuff for her, do this.
Yeah.
And it made my household a lot better because now I learned patience through that.
Right.
But now, like you said, that's when I also learned what expectations was. I'm not gonna put no expectations on my wife.
But you became the driver though at that point instead of going along for the ride. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
you start learning how to navigate, what to say, what not to say, and just learning your personnel. You know, even down to the kids.
Right.
And,
Nah, that's true.
like you said, and it's not that like you had an expectation. You know what I'm saying? But your standards still remain the same because you still expect a certain level of consistency for yourself
Right.
in your environment.
True. I can see that. But like I said, it's like, but like you said, you have a standard.
Mm-hmm.
But then what if they can't meet that standard?
It's not for them to meet that standard,
No, I mean, just saying, in like you said, in the marriage. So you have a standard,
right?
whether it's like budgeting money financially, whether it's
Right.
sexually, something like that, and they
Right.
can't meet the standard. Like, what's the solution for that?
You got to teach.
So you are in hindsight lowering your standards then.
No, you just bringing that person up to that standard.
So now it's a double entendre. So like so what if they say your standard, like, why can't we just, for example, why can't the dishes just chill in there and we wash them, whenever? I know you wash them right away.
Mhm.
Like you said, there's a certain level of cleaning, that has to be done at the house. Like you said, for anybody to come over. But what if they're like, man, fuck your cleaning. Like, what make your cleaning like the best? You see what I'm saying? 'Cause that's where that it comes in at, because a lot of times that's what we always run into when people present what their standard is. Like, man, fuck your standard, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what make you better than me?
Yeah.
Like, what make your standard better than mine? Because that's how it is. Everything is always going to be from behind that person's eyes. So they're always going to see life from behind their eyes, and that's all they can do. Some people don't know empathy.
That's true.
And that's the thing about it. So if you present your standard and you're trying to teach her, and she's like, no, this is who I am. Accept me as I am.
Well, you didn't evaluate your situation going in, or you just chose to ignore it, or whatever they call it nowadays, red flags, and said, all right, this might be something I'd be willing to deal with. So at that point, yeah, you didn't lower your standard for sure.
It's because I don't know, man.
I don't know. I look at. I don't know. I look at standards from.
But
like
those are
sense.
conversations though that need to be had going into.
No, it's a fact.
To relationships, you know what I'm saying? Living with each other, learning those habits, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And seeing what it is that you can and can't.
I think
deal
now,
with.
man, even now, man, from just as a human, man, married or not, I have too much pride to give people enough tools to continuously let me down. That's just not going to. I don't have that at all. It's kind of just.
Mhm. But that's your standard.
If that's what you, I mean,
That's your standard.
I guess it's just you in the car.
Because I'm not gonna put myself in a position where I'm lagging, right? That's your standard. That ain't for nobody else.
I mean, no, I think my standards have come down since.
Your expectations of yourself came down.
My
Your
standards
standards came down.
Wow.
Prior to I used to be like, you know what I mean? Because even one just on a light level, like I was very, very, very tight on being on time.
Yeah. No, it's like
Wife
I get there
is
and I get
very,
there.
very loose with that.
Mhm.
Very loose. And now I didn't kind of got
Conform.
those. Yeah.
Mhm.
So my standards have lowered. Yeah, in a few places. Right. A few places, but 90% of our relationship is cool. So I don't really things like that. I got to get better on my own, and I have kind of like left the nest a little bit. I do a lot more on my own now. If that makes sense.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean?
So-
Mhm.
And so you married the how long have you been married?
2.
Oh, so you fresh. So what standards have changed for y'all since y'all like
Standards have changed. I know she puts herself out for a lot of friends and family. Like she's the person that's always doing stuff for people, and I always have to tell her like, draw yourself back. Don't overexert yourself.
Oh my God.
helping everybody because you stressing yourself out. So
Because it affects
it affects the household.
our household. God damn.
Yep.
Boundaries.
So she's kind
Boundaries.
of drawing back a little bit more. She's not putting herself out there to overhelp everybody, and
Right.
she's seeing the results of that because she's a little bit more calm. She's not as stressed out over like simple shit.
Mhm.
Don't be stressed out because you loaning money or you helping people. Just stop helping them. And I know it sounds fucked up to say, but
Yeah.
if you don't help them, they got themselves in that situation. Why is your responsibility to help them get out of something that they caused?
thank you.
So
True.
they got to figure it out. They ain't need help getting into it, so why they need help getting out of it?
Yeah.
Let them figure it out. And then she was like, you just so wrong or selfish, but now she's starting to see why I'm like that.
Right.
And I don't have no, like all my friends, I don't have no issues like that with them. Like, I kind of run a tight knit and vice versa. If I need help, I don't expect them to help me
Yeah.
either.
Right.
So it's just the expectations level is different. The standard is, something simple like I'm expected to keep my bedroom clean, but the standard is I don't leave food in my bedroom. So even if my room it might be a little dirty or whatnot, ain't no food left overnight in there. You know what I'm saying? So
Got
that's
you.
the standard. I never go past that standard.
Right.
Now it might not be clean all the time. I might get the cleaning lady next week or something, but
Yeah.
but that's the standard as far as expectations is considered.
Mm. So okay, so while we here, what does fighting and making up look like in your household? Like, what does that look like?
It's it comes off as I don't give a fuck because my level of I don't give a fuck is so high. When I do care, it doesn't look like I care. It look like I'm just so nonchalant because I don't show any effort. I don't show any emotions or nothing. So if she's angry about something, I let her vent for 10 or 15 minutes, and I just be like, I hear you. And then that's it. That's all you got to say. I'm like, well, I ain't got nothing to say. Like, this is your issue. This ain't my issue.
Right.
So then
Yeah.
it's like 20 minutes of her talking and me just ending it with, I hear you or okay. Then that makes her more mad. And so she takes it as I'm taunting her or making fun of her. It ain't that. It's just, I'm not stressed out over what you stressed out over. And then it comes, well, I don't give a fuck. Man, I don't give a fuck. I'm not the one mad. You mad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not really no argument. But when I do get mad, she knows when I'm mad because then I'm like cussing and everything is nigga, nigga this, nigga that. Oh my God.
So what does that? So what does the making up process look like?
We just move on to something else. Like,
Right.
the next day,
That's
new
what it- that's
day,
what it
yeah.
is, though.
We had a bad game yesterday.
Yeah,
Tomorrow's
yeah.
a whole new game. We're
I
gonna
like
start
that.
over. Yeah.
I like that. Agrees?
Hey, as of late, man, it hasn't been too many arguments. It been some disagreements. But we've been together for over 20 plus years, bro. So we at that stage and like, hey, bro, you ain't the op. Like,
Right.
you're not the op. So but when there is a disagreement, like for this, since I've been up here on like this podcast, been trying to communicate more. So when there is a problem right away, communicate. I talk right away. And it ain't no, because I know if I let it sit and I just think on it, oh yeah, we gonna have a problem. Because then when I get mad, it ain't nothing at the house is gonna stop me from
But see,
doing that. You know
I'm
what
the
saying?
exact opposite though. I like to sit with it for a minute, so I don't say anything out of emotion.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you say stuff and you can't take that back.
Act off emotions is never
You know
good.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
So
in my defense, I'm just such a logical person.
I have a friend that's a therapist, and she taught me a lot about damage control.
Mm-hmm.
And some people confuse that with silence,
right.
but it's basically you don't want to say nothing emotional through emotions that you can't take back.
Yep.
it can't take back. Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
'cause
not for me.
Once that sword come out, bro.
But for me,
Mhm.
I'm one of those people that, like I said, I don't want to carry it because then when I carry it, now I'm thinking of what to say. Like if I've already peeped it, I'm gonna sit with it right quick, and I'm gonna logically think like, what happened? Like
Yeah.
why would you do this, or what was the reason behind doing this, whatever, or that just didn't sit well with me that you made that choice.
But a lot of times when you do sit with it and you reevaluate it, first of all, you find out the lack of importance in it.
Mhm.
So we
It's a
shouldn't be
fact.
arguing and battling, going to battle
Yep.
over something that ain't gonna matter tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then just kind of, choosing your words. You know what I'm saying? Because a tongue lashing is just as worse as somebody putting their hands on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But that's the thing with trying to teach a person. Because when you go to say you're trying to teach a person, you're trying to tell them that whatever you've been raised ain't right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's disrespecting their parents and how they were raised by saying that just because you don't clean up after I do, you
Yeah.
a dirty person. And that's
Mhm.
kind of how it kind of would look in their eyes, I would perceive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, as a married man now, my standards are changing. I've been married over 10 years with my wife, and it's changing now. Because now stuff got to change. Because my expectations, like I said, they're not there no more, but that's a standard. And we got to have it. That standard has to be at least met, like you said. So, but at the house, no eating upstairs. Nobody's eating upstairs.
Mhm.
No food upstairs at all. That
Right.
just keeps it all the way
Right.
that nobody eats upstairs. And now we have no drinks upstairs. Now I'm the dad, and nigga, I break the rules. I drink water upstairs. I'm not finna walk all the way downstairs.
Right,
to get some
right,
water.
right.
You know what I'm saying? To get some water.
So no colorful drinks.
Yeah, no
upstairs.
colorful
Yeah.
drinks. But the kids, nothing.
All right.
Because they always press me about the rules. Well, Dad, you said, well, that's for y'all because y'all don't clean up. If y'all was at the old house, doing what you was supposed to be doing, but when I help move your bed, you got sunflower seeds, you got
Yeah.
candy wrappers, you got all type of stuff under your bed.
Yeah.
That shows me you're not responsible. So but like I said, I'll sit with something if I got to that point now, that's why I just clean up. I don't argue with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
I used to cuss them out, bro. Why, but for what? Now I'm in the room mad. They ain't mad. They finna go back and play. They live, they'll be, whatever it is. But now just like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna clean up. Now they see me cleaning up. Now, no, it's cool. Don't try to help me,
Right.
because you wasn't thinking about this when I was doing this. Now
Yeah.
let me clean up, and that's kind of where it's at now. I'm like I said,
Is that a little bit of pride too, playing a factor there?
I don't know, man. I just want to get it done.
When
Like
you
said.
when you yell at the young ones, do they try to play off moms?
Nah. My girls break down. They like I yell at my girls, they'll go and get something done. Now my son, Legend, bro, it's my wife has to tell him what to do around the house, like that. He respect me and stuff like that, but I just get to the point now where I'm not trying to argue with you. You see what I'm saying? Because if I ask you to do something, I'm asking you to do it. I mean, get up and do it right now,
Yeah.
not on your time. And he'll do it on his time, and I'll be like, all right.
But
bro.
they not able, they're unable to play off mom's kindness.
Me and my wife got it. We're a strong team, bro.
I love
Because it ain't like us versus them, but we do understand like because of us, they are here. I mean, y'all can't make because we had got to that point where, like I told, I got to the point where I would get mad at my wife because my kids wasn't cleaning up. Like you birthed them little niggas. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I would get mad, like because you're not telling them more. You're not seeing the same. Like it was like something would had to happen, and that's when I was like, well. I shouldn't expect her to say something. Like if I'm not saying nothing. Like
Right.
the standard is the house got to be clean.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So then the solution is okay. Let's put a chore board up to see who ain't cleaning up. Because now if you're not cleaning up, now we get to see who ain't cleaning up. Because if it ain't no organization going on in the house, how do we keep track of stuff? So that's when I start. Okay, my mom used to have a chore board up to okay, your day in the kitchen is this day.
Yeah.
Man, just don't be trying to cook chicken and all this. That day, you know how your day in the kitchen, man. Don't be trying to go heavy with the heavy pots and all that other stuff and go light.
Yeah.
But now it's just accountability, though. That's at least what I'm trying to teach the kids now. Like, hey, y'all got to clean up.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't clean up, it's on the board. And like I tell you, it's at a job. you have a standard of the job, and then you have expectations. You see what I'm saying? The standard is whatever is there, but then they have certain expectations based on you. Hey, I expect this to get done at this time.
Yeah.
You know, the standard is it has to be done before this day, but the expectation is this time.
Yeah,
So
that's crazy because the expectation is more so for the entity itself. Once you start getting into the other stuff, that's more individual.
What you mean? Elaborate.
Like he was saying, like the standard for the job, like, you know, that's bare minimum. This is what we got to get done today. But once you start going past that standard,
It's expectations.
yeah.
Yeah.
So now I'm evaluating you as a person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck that.
And it's not about, you know what I'm saying, the entity itself no more. It's about you as, so are you just trying to barely get by? Or are you trying to better yourself, you know what I'm saying, by doing a little bit more, or doing, you know.
but then that goes back to the standard of the manager. Because if the manager is one of them, just I don't give a, you know, hey, as long as you getting the bare minimum done by paper, that's all that's required. So if your wife come into a marriage and whatever she feel like her standard is, or whatever her standard is for a wife, how do you change that?
I don't think you can
Nah,
compromise
That's
unless you just dissolve it completely.
That's what I'm saying, because I don't know, everybody expectations going into marriage might be different.
And I think that it is because old school love is gone, right? We talked about that last week, right? So now when you're going into these relationships, marriages, like there's need to be more dialogue about what is expected and what is your standard. You know what I'm saying? And when I talked about it earlier about having people in position to know what it is to or be equipped to handle you as a person in the relationship, like we can't expect a certain thing from somebody if they never been equipped to do that certain thing. But now, are you willing to overlook it and just say, all right, I'm finna ride with it? That's one of the few, not outweighing the many. You know what I'm saying? Good qualities. You know what I'm saying? So
what does it look like when they come to you and you're not meeting their standard, or they expecting more out of you?
Well, their standard's always gonna be higher than ours, right? Going in. So I don't think a man can reach a woman's expectation.
Really?
Nope.
Huh.
Because there's always something new. They always move the goalposts, right? Because
Don't include me, man. Don't include me. I'm just listening.
Hey.
I'm listening.
I'm just saying though,
They move the goalposts.
just moving
Okay.
the goalposts because, like, women get involved with men more so for what that man can do for them,
Okay,
right?
I'm listening.
Men get involved more so, and I'm not saying all women.
Yeah.
Don't let me
Generally
don't
speaking,
let me
yeah.
don't
Don't
let
speak
me
in absolutes.
Don't make
Generally
me a
speaking,
hard
yeah.
line. I'm not drawing a hard
We're
line.
not speaking in absolutes.
And then most, I'm gonna say, real men get involved with women with logical intent of just loving the individual.
Okay.
So at that point, the expectation from man seeing woman has already been set because I'm just loving on the person,
Okay.
not the potential of who I'm going to be down the road or what I expect you to be down the road. I don't have that like, women don't have that logical sense of breaking down the man
Yeah.
and just loving on the man because there's always more.
So you're saying the man is expected to be the provider and the protector. That's the expectations that she has.
The
That's
man
not the
has-
standard.
Her standard is that laundry list that when you walk through the door, I expect this and I want this and this and this and this
Right.
and this.
But if you fuck up when you start up, you can hang it up. That's why you got to set the standard in the beginning.
I'm just asking
And
because
so-
I'm
and
looking
so-
because I'm at a point where I'm just saying, like, because I know we here on this platform and we talking like from a male perspective, but
Yeah.
then also when a wife come and try to teach us something, how do we humble ourselves enough to be like, because they have a standard, and
Absolutely.
that might be, and that's the thing that a lot of people, you know,
That's all part of actively communicating is being a good listener as well.
Yep.
You can't always be this. Sometimes you just got to sit back and just listen.
And I take her thoughts into consideration, you know, if I have to make a decision. But I do hear her out. And if it makes sense, I'll go with that. If it don't, then I'll put my opposition up there. Like, I'll oppose this because of this.
Right.
What
and
makes it-
in that being valid
Yeah.
with what you're saying, not just throwing some stuff out there
Correct.
just because I'm the man and I'm going to lead and I'm like, no, you can't
Right,
do
right,
that.
Right.
I mean, you know, I'm just asking because, you know, like you said, because
Mhm.
what makes our standard the end all? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm just looking at. Like, there has to be some type of compromise going on, because it ain't always just what I say go at the crib.
I mean, like I said, I always my thing was, man, just we have a well-oiled machine. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And that comes with communication. You know, unlike you guys, me and wifey hasn't been married that long.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the thing that irritates me the most is the good cop bad cop situation that she continuously puts me in. And so I guess that was man, was that an expert? No, it's not even now. It was just like if I'm yelling, I know that my kid, you know what I mean, the kids, especially now that they're getting older,
Mhm.
they can play off of her a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If I have to yell about something.
Mhm.
And I think it was like last week, they they had me so mad. They had pissed me off, and I was cussing. And my wife is unable to handle that in a way. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't really like the chaos, or
Confrontation.
she's not confrontational. But like when she feels like the household is we're in chaos right now, right? She doesn't like that. So she'll try to throw some nice shit out there, and I can't fucking stand it. Like they gotta no, it's like, man, they gotta sit in this shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
right,
this
right.
is how you hold them accountable.
Right.
You know what I mean? Especially now that they're older. And last week was the first time like we all sit at the dinner table and we like was talking it over. And it was the first time they was like, you know, Pops, yeah, we was kind of foul. You know what I mean? And it's like, fuck, man, if we had this if we kind of had this mindset earlier, maybe our house would be ran a lot better.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But those are the shits that we, you know what I'm saying, that we got to work on, especially now, the kids being older. I don't want no grown ass kids in my house.
Preach.
You know what I'm saying? If you're not, you know what I mean, at this age, if they're not held accountable for nothing, when they get out into the universe, it's gonna eat them alive.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And I don't, you know what I
Right,
mean?
because
I don't want you.
their expectation is somebody's going to give me something.
There you go. Somebody's gonna hand me something. All I got to do is say a little something nice, and I get, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And nothing. No one's holding me to anything. I don't want y'all walking up 5-10 years from now and one of my kids are outside smoking in front of the house. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Sitting down. I don't really. That's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? When I'm walking up to niggas' houses, I see that shit. I'm like, yeah, this nigga's nobody. This nigga's failing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But that's that
funny
type of
'cause
shit. That's
it's
what,
true.
So that's where we at. That's
Yeah.
where I'm at in life. Is like, or where we at in our household. We still got the good cop, bad cop. Like, it's hard now for the kids to see me in any other way because I'm still setting, I feel like, ground rules.
You got to, though.
If
And
that
there's
makes
nothing wrong
sense.
with that, bro. Because I mean, as a parent, like I said, I do the same thing, and it's long as the message is the same. Long as you and your wife ain't tripping at night because you playing good cop, bad cop, and let me go yell at
we
the
tripping.
kids. Yeah, that's what it really comes down to. As long as there's, because that's where me and my wife used to always.
Yeah.
The message wasn't we didn't have the same goal.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she might want the house clean. You know, she's willing with being okay with the house being clean. You know, by Sunday or something like that. Just for example, I want the house clean every night.
Likewise.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
hey, get up, do this. Make sure you get up in the morning, make your bed. You see what I'm saying? Like, but at some time, like, as long as the message is the same, because I know there'll be the kitchen didn't get clean She don't say nothing. I get mad at her for not saying something. So now I go down there and tear a new, like you said, verbal lashing to these kids. Now I'm mad at her and the kids. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm being the bad cop. Because I felt like you could have went down there, but now it ain't that type of party. Because it's like, well, I'm mad at you because they ain't doing shit. They sorry as shit. You know what I'm saying? That's them. So I don't think it's a good cop bad cop. I think if you and your wife just understand that y'all on the same team. It's almost like they the opponents. The kids are the opponents at some time. Like it be like that.
That's it.
Because all that BS with me and my wife stop at the door. Because if they get to tripping me, hey, get out of my room, man. Close my door, bro. Because that's peace right there. Outside that, hey, anything goes outside that. But hey, it ain't gonna be chaotic in here with me and my wife because we got to be peaceful. I got to be able to go to bed and get up in the morning and be. I remember my partner said we set the tone for the day, and then our wives will go out and set the mood of the house. You know what I'm saying? Because it all starts with the tone. Like you set the tone in the room, she happy. What you think the house gonna be? Because we can be whatever we need to be. Because I always try to say I'm a logical person, not too emotional. I try to just be logical. So when I do, that's why when I get mad when I get emotional, because I'm like, damn, it got to me. Yeah. So. It got to me. That's why I'm at now. Hey, I don't expect nothing. That way I ain't getting mad no more. Because if I don't get it, it is what it is. Because if you wanted to do it, or if you want to be on time, or whatever the case is, you would have got it done. You would have took all the necessary steps to get that done. Because I said that to people in the past. You can't say you ain't want to do it, and you did it. You set up, you talked and did everything that you wanted to do to get that result. People will always do what make them happy. And that's why I when I heard, hey, it is true. Yeah. Because if you wanted to do it, you would have did it. Yeah. If you wanted to do it for me, you would have did it. Yeah. It ain't no excuse on why. Then there's some valid excuses, but then sometimes you just look at it like that's habitual. You've been on that. Right. So hey, it is what it is. I can't get mad, and now because I got fooled too many times. Like I'm smarting it up. Like I'm just cutting the fat off now. Like, hey, bro, it is what it is. So
that's the. I guess, that's the kind of the position I'm in now. You know what I mean? Like, when it comes to the household, it's like, I feel like dad is the op. You know what I'm saying? But then when it's some real life shit, everybody comes to me too, which is weird. You know what I'm saying? All the superficial shit, my kids dating and shit. Like, I gotta go to them. Like, why the fuck you ain't tell me I was dating and shit? But it's some real life. Oh, they might be in, you know what I mean? Yeah. Some real life, dad, I need some. Everybody comes to me.
That's weird. That's how it goes.
Ain't it weird?
But I think it's also too.
But when it comes to the household,
I just think it's
dad is tripping.
Look at that. I just want to just break it just a little bit. Just that not necessarily the importance that they put on a relationship to come to the person that's going to be most serious and most blunt and most honest with me about the situation. Not to say that the other half is not. Yeah. But coming to you with, it's almost like the leftovers, right? Think about life.
I never took it as the leftovers. I know if my kids walk in the room and say, "Dad, can I talk to you?" I know it's some real shit.
Right, but I'm just saying though, like,
really going
I get what he's
just
talking about.
As far as relationships,
because
friendships are failing, relationships are failing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Are we talking to the right people about the right things and getting the right information?
I will say this. I had for example, my daughter, like I said, they're closer naturally to their mom, they women, which I always encourage my kids, like my girls, be close with your mom. She's a woman.
Right.
So she knows what being a woman is. She knows be close to her. I can only tell you what men are and what men can do. Right. So, like you said, it was a situation where daughter was talking to a person. You see what I'm saying? Mom knew about it. I didn't know about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then I caught wind of it. Oh, yeah, that's why I told you. All hell broke loose because I felt like you felt. Nigga, I want to know from the beginning. Don't exclude me out of no shit. Yeah. And then y'all make a decision. And then when shit hit the fan, then you come to me about all that shit. Like I said,
don't come to me after the problem happened. Yeah.
I said that exactly to my daughter. I said, you old enough. You 17. You date.
Yeah.
But you gonna talk to me about what you got going on though.
Inform me. Don't let me be the bailout plan.
Don't be that
go bad.
Because like I said, I've always been open and honest with her. And I said, I told my daughter about my fuck ups and all that shit because I want you to understand that. Because sometimes we look at our parents like they're perfect growing up, you know. And I had to tell her like, hey, your dad fucked up. I messed up in life. I made, you know, decisions that I shouldn't have made, whatever. But whoever you choose, they're going to be human. That's what I wanted her to get out of that whole thing. That your dad is human. I'm trying to do better every day, but I got days where I fall short of reaching my goals. But that's who I am. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand, that this is what hopefully the man that you date will be that.
Yeah.
You know, that type of person. But if I don't know you dating and I don't know what you got going on, like I said, that's why I was pissed. I'm like, yo, y'all out here making plans, going on dates and shit. This been going on. Like this
But
is
who better to have a conversation with from a daughter about dating a young man, especially in this climate, than that?
That is also true, but the reality of it is moms will step over you for that. You know what I'm saying? They want that type of they will not even say want. I would say selfishly they would demand that conversation
But
with
I
them.
think it's
I wouldn't insert myself.
I think it's two different stances though, because she can only assert herself to show her how to conduct herself as a woman, young lady.
Yeah.
But as far as how this man will act, possibly treat you, or signs to look for, or things, you know what I'm saying, especially if it's somebody out in the streets or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
But see, when you have
that's real life stuff.
But see, like in our situations, I feel like if you have a true partnership, that's when the time comes where you be like, I think you need to talk to your dad about that.
How many women do it?
None. Won't. And that's not I can't put that on myself. You know what I'm saying? I can't that's not a standard or whatever we're gonna call it to put on myself. It's like, well, when you come to me, now I know if you come to me, it's gonna be some real shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I feel like that is where a true partnership comes in. At the moms are gonna want that communication. That's just how.
But how does that make you feel at that point? Does it make you feel like you backed into a corner? Because now that now that it got to you, it's serious.
Well, when we get to the kids, I feel like you know what I mean, as they're older now, we're getting life's leftovers anyways. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the kids. Mm-hmm. Now, when it comes to my wife, I would get pissed off about it. You know what I mean? It's because we often take advantage of the ones that's always there. Nothing can come between what I have. You know what I'm saying? My marriage is my box. Mm-hmm. She's getting all of that before it even reaches anybody. There are times where I feel like, and I can tell, it's like, my nigga, I don't want your fucking leftovers. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. Mm-hmm. You keep that shit. I'm going about my day. I'm cool with that. But that is where Sanders come in at.
Now, right. I was gonna say, to add on to that in that situation, I had to take a step back logically and take my emotions out of it and say, long as my daughter's talking to somebody about what's going on, she's just not out here trying to figure it out on her own. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Because then that's when it's the most detrimental. Mm-hmm. She's out just trying to figure it out on her own. Right. At least she's communicating with one of us. Mm-hmm. You know, and then that was the communication me and my wife had. Like, we got a kid together.
Right.
It's our job to raise her. You know, and like I said, if I know something about our son, I'm going to inform you. Because if he feels comfortable enough coming to me as a man, I'm still going to let you know what's going on with your son. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because that's your son. I'm not looking at, and like I told her, but it was also my message going into it. Don't fall in love with the Mackin. Stay in school. Focus on. So my message was always non-dating. Like, I was always against it. But I'm like, man, love happens. You're going to love it. It's going to happen.
Right.
Because I had to let go. Sometimes, like, man, somebody is going to see my daughter as beautiful. And now is the game. He might tell you he love you because it is to try to have sex with you. Because we know the game. That's my job, to teach her those type of things. Because now when people start doing it and she could just start shooting it down like, oh, that ain't genuine. Mm-hmm. Tell my daughter she beautiful all the time. Ain't no man gonna be able to gas you up on that because your dad already told you that. Your dad already told you everything you can be. Yep. And I've already set the standard for her when it comes to relationships.
And what to look for in a man.
And like I said, bring your best version of yourself. And then, like I said, whatever you have, like your wants, that's your wants. But so you have your needs is you'll be with a man and all that stuff will be met. But your wants is what you will want in a man. That's what you go look for. I mean, the standards is how you gonna date, but it's based off of who we are. And like I said, I try to set
your
the
standard is your presentation.
and I try to present that at the house. You know what I'm saying, every day. That's why I try to show my daughter, hey, your dad was doing this at 16, but look where I'm at 40. You know, I made these changes. Like, okay, I did date and do this and this and mess up in the street and treat other women bad. Besides, I did some bad things to your mom too, but she's still here. So she can see that, forgiveness. I can give, that's what forgiveness is. Because everybody make mistakes. Everybody mess up and do what they do.
Yeah.
But it's just like you said, it's just like at that particular time, I felt like taking my emotions out. I was like, well, she's communicating with one of us. She's just not out here in the streets trying to figure it out.
Right.
You know, so.
Yeah, man. I get it, man. Hopefully, shit get better around here.
Yeah, Spence household be good, man.
No, I mean, my household ain't, you know what I mean? Like, my household ain't bad. That's why I don't be, like, flipping out. And I'm pretty, like, low maintenance. You know what I mean? I just, there are things that I'm like, man, what the fuck, man? You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But God is still working on us. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I'm more of I used to be like a war nigga. Like, when I'm mad, I'm going, you know what I'm saying? And then, when you start talking to, I have friends, you know what I mean, from, female counterparts that, like, really tried to hold me to a certain standard. You know what I mean? And that's kind of weird too when you see that other people are holding you to standards, right? So now I start to look like, okay, now, okay. And so that, she taught me about damage control. And so, like, right off the back, if we tripping, if we arguing, I try not to, you know what I mean? I try not to say too much.
Active listening.
But I kind of got a wife like,
but that's
so in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, not necessarily saying it's a bad thing. It was like, if I say I don't want to talk right now, I really just don't want to talk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if I say okay, she's going to keep going. And my wife is not going to stop talking. And it's going to be at some point where you're going to put me in a corner and then I start shooting.
Yeah, once I start shooting, it's going to get
once
ugly.
I start shooting,
Yeah.
it's like we getting back to this point to where it's like, now we're low blowing each other.
Yep.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And it's like, at some point, man, we gotta be, you know what I'm saying? We gotta be better than this. Error's not too much. I let my wife get her shit off. You know what I'm saying? The way I changed, my parenting, the things that I didn't do for nobody else but myself.
That's good.
So I don't look for anybody. I don't look for that reassurance through anybody. You can tell me I'm a bad person all day long. I won't give two fucks. You know what I'm saying? You can tell me about my situation all day long. I took all that on head on by myself. When I wanted to change or I wanted to do something different, I did it for myself, for and by myself. Can't nobody tell me nothing different. I don't give a fuck.
So you was on that FUBU.
Hey, get your. I'm like SO. It's like, okay, get your shit off. And then when you done, I'm be like, okay. But when I shoot back at you, I'm gonna make sure you feel it.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm gonna make sure you feel it. You're gonna feel all these. Yeah. Yeah. But hey, man, what you say, man? God's still working on it.
God's not into it, man. He's still working.
All right, man. Hey, this was a good one, man. We up